to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com. Welcome to Moving and Motivating Radio.
Thanks for listening in. I'm Wade Taylor, and on today's show we're speaking with Alexandra Borbola. She is a photographer, videographer, and a positive discipline educator, and that's going to be the prime focus of our conversation today. I encourage you to learn more about her online at alexandrasfilms.com. Alexandra's, that is plural, films.com. Well, actually, it's possessive, but no apostrophe. alexandrasfilm.com. And again, we're going to be talking today about empowering kids, motivating kids, but with a focus on positivity, a focus on building them up. And Alexandra, welcome to the microphone.
Thank you, Wade. I'm so happy to be here talking about this passion of me of motivating these kids.
Alrighty, well, we're happy to provide you a platform. And to start out the conversation, I thought we'd talk a bit, as we're talking about this situation, there's the people that are involved, right? The stakeholders, the participants, and a big group of people that are going to be involved in this are teachers, coaches, and counselors. Now, the interesting thing is they're having the kids come in with whatever challenges the kids are bringing along, and they're supposed to, on a certain level, deal with that, but they're also supposed to be improving on that. And so they've got kind of a twofold situation they're dealing with. So can you help us understand a little bit of what's walking through the door, what some of the challenges are that these kids are bringing into the classroom, the training session, that society is infusing in them?
Yes, Wade. I would like to first start with a quoting
Please.
of Matthew Ricard. Nothing goes right on the outside when nothing is going right on the inside. That being said, kids nowadays are facing so many challenges. First, we have children that are not having a good relationship with their parents at home. And in the other hand, kids are not feeling that sense of belonging and that sense of significance. What does this mean? This means that children that don't feel capable of doing things. You know, nowadays, everything is instant gratification. So the kids don't get that frustration they need to learn how effort works and how that makes me feel great inside. So they download a movie very easily, right? So the frustration part is just left aside. So these kids don't feel capable. Some parents don't even, let them, learn how to tie their shoes. We don't let them. We forgot to give them this sense of capability.
Yeah, it's through the challenges that you learn. And, that's a great point you're making about that frustration can be a good thing, right?
Yes.
Frustration is part of the learning process. And, we're going to talk about parents in the second segment. And by the way, we're going to be joined by Mary Goulet to help lead that conversation. And in this segment, we're more talking about coaches, counselors, those outside the family. But part of the situation is they're dealing with what's going on inside the family. And some of these life lessons, learning to have some, emotional intelligence?
Yes.
The delayed gratification that the
Yes.
frustration can teach,
Yes.
would often happen organically from the kid being with the parents, so on and so forth, but with the parents both working, with the parents having less time to give attention, let alone is it even good attention, right? The kids don't get those lessons early on. Now they walk through the door to that gymnastics class or whatever.
Yes.
And the coach is going, okay, how do I infuse this quickly, something that they were supposed to have organically learned over the past 4 or 5 years?
Totally. Look, I think teachers have this role, this amazing role of inspiring those kids that come already with some challenges from home. So they are the second, I would see it like school is like the second home for them. And I think that if you get to have a teacher that really gets that and really inspire this kid, no matter what happens at home, this kid will be touched and this kid will be thriving. Teachers and coaches are so important to teach them how to be resilient. Like, for instance, a coach could focus on a training of a child in running, and he will teach him how to be the best, how to train their body, but also he can teach this kid how to be resilient, how is going to take that kid his first victory, and how this kid is going to take their many defeats. So it's through those defeats that I will learn to be resilient. And if I am mindful of that, if the coach, if the teacher are mindful of letting the kids make mistakes and learn through those, they will have this wonderful gift, and they will see their teachers, their coaches up, and they will follow them, and they will let them guide them.
Okay, so it sounds like an example of a couple of the challenges that coaches, teachers, and such are facing is the kids are coming in, with little patience, right? So they want everything's supposed to be instantaneous and assume guaranteed gratification.
Yes.
Right? I'm always going to win. So the coaches, or I'm always going to get my reward. So the coaches are facing that, and you're emphasizing that since that's what the coaches are facing, they need to recognize they're training more than the activity. They're training attitude. They're helping, they really need to be building character in as much, if not more so, than muscles. And you've got some ideas and programs designed to facilitate that. And let us mention, we're not just talking about, say, physical activity coaches, but even like art teachers. Anybody that's interacting with the kid at some training level or whatever that isn't family. So it's arts and sports and everything, correct?
Correct. Arts, sports, and mindfulness. And these are the three things that I'm marrying in my program. I'm writing a book, and I will be doing also a documentary to help these teachers just understand how these three things together can be like the something that will be perfect for them. Why? Mindfulness, first of all, let me define mindfulness. Mindfulness, I will define it like the training of the mind. Okay? It is meditation, but let's see it this way. It's a training of the mind. I will sit down and bring my attention to my breathing again and again. So if I'm doing this, I'm building a muscle, like if I go to the gym. So this brings a lot of benefits for focusedness, a lot of benefits even for happiness, to see things in a different way. So teachers can take a moment in looking into mindfulness and teach the kids how to pay attention to their breathing. That will bring them to the present moment, not to think and fantasize, because the mind can take you to tragic places, and not being in the present provokes anxiety. Also, thinking about too much about the future, about the past. So the teacher, if they want the children to be present and focused, it's a great tool to teach them how to come back to their breathing. That's one thing. The other thing, it's art. Art, it's the ability to express oneself in an unconscious level. So if I have a piece of paper and I want to express something that I don't know how to express in words, I can take a piece of paper and make something out of it. Let the mind, the subconscious express in a piece of paper. And then you take the sports. The sports would be the tool that will teach the kids how to be resilient in sport. It's more like the theory and also the practice at the same time, because teachers will be teaching the kids what do I do with the defeat? What do I do with the victory? And explain them. You have to get over that defeat, and you will be training harder here and there to get that victory. They will be training them in knowing through stories from other athletes how we take that effort into practice, and through time we have victory.
Yeah, I love that it's comprehensive, right?
Yes.
So you're covering, you might say, body with sports, intellect, thinking with mindfulness, and spirit, soul with the art, right, as the expressive deal. But I love how you're encouraging that physical coach to not forget the mindfulness and the artistic part, the art teacher to not forget the physicality and the mindfulness, that philosophy teacher from not forgetting there's a physicality and an art. Everything is imbued together. And as I understand, the name of the book that you're coming out with is Resiliency Through Art, Sports, and Mindfulness. And I encourage everybody to find out more at alexandrasfilms.com. Alexandra's, ALEXANDRAS, films.com. Back in a moment with more here on Moving and Motivating Radio, powered by WSRadio.com.
Hi, Scale listener. This is David Finkel, co-host with Jeff Hoffman of Scale Your Business Radio. I wanted to let you know that our newest book, Scale, was just released and encourage you to get your copy. The book will give you 7 proven principles to grow your business and get your life back. It's for every entrepreneur who ever wondered if they really own their business or if their business owns them. It'll help you to work less by getting your business to produce more. Get your copy online or at your local bookseller. For more information, go to scaleyourbusinesstoolkit.com.
I have some good news for a change. With the stressful times upon us, having a regular glass of wine has proved in many studies to reduce stress. Want some more stress-relieving tips? VinVillage.com is an exciting new social organization connecting wine lovers around the country with an exclusive local and online wine lifestyle experience. Vin Village members can meet others online and in person, attend wine dinners and tastings, participate in forums, blogs, and wikis, purchase limited and exclusive wines, even create your own wine. You heard me. Create your own wine. And best yet, membership is free. So reduce some of the stress and have some fun. Join now and connect with thousands of other like-minded wine lovers. To learn more, go to vinvillage.com. That's www.vinvillage.com. Vin Village is where wine lovers connect.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of America's economy. Every Thursday, SBA Radio interviews industry professionals and is dedicated to provide small businesses with timely insights and innovations. Visit www.sbaradio.us for details.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.